this. Now, when we glance over it, we've got a fraction divided by a fraction. We've got brackets, we've got negative powers. It's looking pretty huge. So we just work one step at a time, not being overwhelmed by how much there is to do. First step is probably to get rid of the brackets. So, looking at the top, 8 is not to any power, it's on its own. A cubed to the power of 2 is a to the power of 6. B to the negative 3 squared is b to the negative 6, because negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. A to the power 1, all to the power negative 1, is a to the negative 1. B to the negative 3 to the power negative 1 is negative 3 times negative 1, which is 3, divided by 4 to the negative 1 is 4 to the negative 1. A to the negative 2 to the power negative 1 is a to the positive 2. B to the power 1 to the negative 1 is b to the negative 1. A negative 3 to the power 4 is a to the negative 12. B to the 1 to the power 4 is b to 4. That's step 1. The next step I would suggest is to use our fraction rule, which says dividing a fraction by a fraction, we change it to a multiply and we flip that over. So 8a6 b to the negative 6 divided by a to the negative 1b cubed times by the bottom at the top, a to the negative 12b to the power 4 over 4a squared b to the negative 1. At this point, I would use my negative index law to get rid of the negatives and put everything as a positive. So 8 will stay where it is. A to the 6 will stay where it is. B to the negative 6 is going to go below. A to the negative 1 has to change, so it's a to the 1 goes above. B cubed stays where it is, times by. A to the negative 12 needs to go underneath to make it positive. B to the power 4 stays up there. 4 to the negative 1, it's a negative power, it will go up. A squared stays put. B to the negative 1 needs to go above. Now, top times the top. 8 times 4 is 32. A, 6A, 1 to the power 1 will be a to 7. B to the power 4, b to the 1 will be b to the power 5. Over b to the negative 6. Apologies, I made a mistake here. That was a b to the negative 6, which means when it came underneath it turned into a positive. That was the whole reason we moved it. That should be b to the power negative 9, positive 9, and then a to the 14. We're really, really close. So I'm going to have to move over here. Let's hope that we stay in shot. So now we can start doing our division law. So 32 is going to be at the top. A to the power 7, take a to the power 14, will be a to the negative 7. B to the power 5 over b to the power 9 is b to the power negative 4. My final line is putting this in a way so I have no negative powers. 32 is a positive power. It stays on top. A, 7, b to the power 4. So you can see from where we started to where we ended, it's a whole lot nicer. It did take a lot of steps to do it, and there are other orders that you could do these steps in, but this does work, it gets me to the right answer, and it doesn't really matter if I take an extra step or two along the way.